She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, did you know that your purpose has fun in it? Did that come out wrong? No, seriously. Part of your purpose in life is to have fun. I know, you're like, what is that? Like, that just can't be true. Dani, it's impossible that fun is a part of the purpose for my life. You know what? People have over-spiritualized. They have over-analyzed, and they have this is not a word, but I'm making it up, psychologicalized. It's not a word. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? They have overdone it with their purpose. Why is it that purpose and thriving in our purpose somehow has to be intense and enormous and like death-defying or like superhero-ish? I hope you understand. We've been played, manipulated. We've been played like a violin. Somebody is just tapping on our strings, drawing us in to this whole concept of find your purpose in life. Listen, you're on the earth for a purpose. But what if that purpose is simple? And in the simplicity of it, there's fulfillment, satisfaction, joy, laughter, fun, stability, peace of mind, security, financial security. But there's just, listen, I've been manipulated for so many years. I was manipulated for so long in this search. It was almost like I was in a trance, like, oh, take me to my purpose. I did. Like, every time I'd go to church or be in front of some evangelist, at a church, I'd be like, oh, yes. Like, I want to know what my purpose is. The Bible's really clear on what that is. And what I will tell you is that having fun is part of our purpose. Check this out. Proverbs 17:22 says this: a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. There's another place in Proverbs where it says that laughter is good medicine for the soul. Now look at this, that a broken spirit. Have you noticed that there's a lot of men, women, and children on the earth today with a broken spirit? Is that that's how it's supposed to be? Is this what life is? So listen, if you're not having fun on purpose, you're not living in your purpose. If you're not having fun, at least on a weekly basis, in fact, maybe we should be having fun on a daily basis. And what is fun? You and I have been conditioned, just like I talked to you a couple days ago about this, right? Because we're talking about fun for this week, that we've been conditioned that we have to spend money in order to have fun. I'm saying that's a full-on lie. Yeah, you can have fun with spending money, but why is it that people who spend a lot of money are not necessarily having a lot of fun? Sometimes it's the simple things in life that bring great fun. So we asked our audience, what are some of the things that they do to actually have fun? We also found an article called The Power of Having Fun, which lists several reasons people just don't have fun. So check it out. We work so hard, our minds are constantly churning, and we can't focus on sitting down and doing it. It is always a bottom priority and never gets scheduled. So that's for those of us, there's those scheduled kind of people. You see, there is a certain personality that they can't help themselves. They wake up, they have fun. They have fun with everything they do. And sadly, we are trying to get those fun people to conform to our way, to our very Western way. It's actually a very European way because we're really an offshoot from Europe, who is like stringent and focused and determined and meticulous, right? There's so much, like German and France. There's a lot of creativity in some of those places as well. But what I'm saying is that we have become this culture really, I think probably since the beginning, because we've been like this warrior culture who came in to come and rule, reign, dominate, take this land. We got to subdue this land. We got to dominate this land. We got to build things on this land. We got to keep building. We got to keep building, keep building. And when we become successful, we got to like maintain that success and keep growing that success and keep it going so that people think that we are successful and that we get some kind of respect. None of that's fun. None of that's fun. And by the way, if you're not having fun, your kids think you're boring. And there are millions of people on the earth today, millions of young people, generally in the millennial category, that they don't want to grow up. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. They don't want to have a job. Why? Because they've been watching you for the last 18 years. They've been watching you and me. Right? And so I picked this up like when I started having my kids, and I started to see, it was like kind of an out-of-body experience where I started to see me from their perspective. And it was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, this is awful. And so I purposed myself to have fun with them. I purposed myself to make things fun, even make work fun. Purposed them to see work from a funner perspective versus, come on, you got to get this done. Now, I promise you, there were times where I'm like, oh, where I was definitely like pressed beyond limits and I wasn't in my best every single day. But I promise you that I saw what my weaknesses were. And one of my weaknesses is that I'm not that fun mom, roll on the floor, wrestle, things like that. And so I had to purpose myself to be that way, because when I kind of jumped out of my own body and looked through my children's eyes and be like, how intense. And then you throw their father into the mix. He's intense times 1,000, right? And so this is what I'm telling you. Fun has got to be part of your purpose. It is part of your purpose. It's part of your purpose as a human being. It's part of who you are. You were made for it. And so today, I want you to do it on purpose. Yes, you can have fun on purpose. So maybe you need some ideas. Maybe you're feeling this way that this article talked about, where it says that people feel guilty. We feel like we shouldn't get to enjoy any downtime and that everything has to be done first, but everything never gets done. Isn't that so true? There never seems to be a reward because we make lists, these task lists that are too long that can never be done in a 24-hour period. Okay? Having fun seems like work. It seems like too much of a hassle to bother. People think they don't have enough time to have fun. People are overwhelmed, burnt out, and exhausted, so they really just don't feel like having fun. Okay, but check this out. According to Forbes, laughter releases endorphins in your brain. You and I talked about that yesterday. It strengthens relationships, can act as a natural antidepressant, and has anti-inflammatory benefits to protect the blood vessels and heart muscle from cardiovascular disease. What? Oh my gosh. Did you just hear that? That means you can stop taking some of your vitamins. That means you could get off of your antidepressants, so you might be able to get off some of your heart medication if you just choose to have some fun. So, what are you doing to have fun? Maybe this should be a goal of yours. Maybe this is something that you need to put on a list of, okay, I'm going to learn about this. I'm going to learn about this. Maybe you need to recruit some fun friends. Maybe you need to learn from the people who naturally do this thing. I purposely had a friend. I was going through a severe depression years ago. I mean, severe. This is when I was retired. And fortunately, I had been praying and I was asking God, God, I want a new friend. I want a friend that needs nothing from me. I want a friend who doesn't depend on me, that isn't in it for what they get to gain, but I'm looking for a mutually beneficial relationship. The Bible in the book of Romans talks about that, right? So that's what I was wanting, a mutually beneficial relationship. So the day that I met this person, I knew it was her. Her name is Mona, and she is the absolute opposite personality of mine. This woman she makes fun out of everything, where I'm like the scheduled person. And so she really pressed against my boundaries that I had, really pressed against my rules. But I'm telling you, that this woman, God used her to get me out of a deep depression. He used her to help inspire me out of retirement. He used her and her popping in usually at dinner time, and usually when I was making mashed potatoes, her most favorite food on the face of the planet. And so she would just pop in, and like kids were in bed, she would just like show up. Her kids were in bed, my kids were in bed. We were 7 minutes away from each other, and we'd play cards until 1:00 in the morning. We have deep conversations, or we'd be laughing our butts off trying to keep our voices down. Do you understand? So like she pressed me to have fun. Just her being around me did. So maybe it's time that you get some new friends. Not everything has to be a deep, like, conversation all the time. You need to perhaps have somebody around you that challenges you and presses you to have fun. So here are some things that some of our audience actually shot us on Facebook telling us things that they do to have fun. This is from Merritt Espelund. Really pretty name. Forgive me if I've messed it up, Merritt. She says this: focusing on playing, laughing, and going bananas at work. Playing makes us forget troubles for a while. We need to play or else we get depressed. Doctor and neuroscientist Jack Pankasset, I think she's from Europe, because the way that spells is, anyway, that really didn't matter, says the opposite of playfulness, is depression. What? Oh, she's from Norway. Thank you, Trisha. Let me know. She's from Norway. She says, that knowledge is important getting out there. I came from work a couple of hours ago after 76 hours on. The picture is from yesterday. I love my work. So the picture is, she's in Norway. Norway is absolutely gorgeous. So it's a picture, you can see it, of them playing in the lake, which can only happen in Norway, 2 months out of the year because it's freezing cold over there. But I will tell you that Norwegians are very active even in the snow. They're very, very active, active in their outside life, even in the snow. We have Jenna Bierma. This is a very interesting comment here, and this might be you. You might relate to this. She says, fun? What's that? Other than taking a nap, I don't really know how to have fun. Oh my gosh. Jenna, this has to change, especially if you have children. One thing that I started doing with my kids when they were little, and again, this was all about like, we are going to have fun without spending money. It's going to be fun to not spend money. I want to learn all the different ways to have fun with kids, and choosing to save the money and put the money towards other bigger fun things, like taking them to Bora Bora, like taking them to Europe, like taking them to Nicaragua, like taking them to Costa Rica, right? So we would do like spend no money in the home thing and tell them we're going to go on a trip and we're going to have so much fun. And so anyways, so we would budget for the bigger fun things, but at home we would do things like what? Play hide and seek. It is so much fun to play hide and seek. You know what our kids did on Father's Day? Yeah, we had water fights. Listen, we were camping on Father's Day because our house that we're building was not ready. And so there we are. We have a blow-up pool, okay? So, and we have a little tiny camper. And, there's fire ants everywhere. There's mosquitoes. It's all of it. And yet we turned that hot 101 day into fun. Obviously making a luxurious meal for all the fathers and incredible desserts. We had a blast, and literally we had water fights. We had a little $25 blow-up pool that's our pool while we are living in a camper, right? So that, yes, we can cool off, but we can also have a blast. And so it's really amazing that when you position yourself for fun, you're going to have fun. And if you're too tired to have fun, that says something about the way you're living your life. And are you living it by default, or are you living it by design? We have Amy Pickard who writes this. She says, no matter how busy or crazy life gets, I love spending time with my husband and kids. Even if we don't want to spend a lot or any money, it is the moments shared with them that are fun. We'll go on walks around the park and with the kids in the stroller. We'll watch movies as a family, or we get together with our extended family members. That is my definition of fun. It is those little moments that mean the most. It is important to have fun because without it, you are just going day by day with each day the same thing, and it gets boring. I'm gonna kind of close with this. What are we working for? Ponder on that for a minute. What are we working so hard for? What is it? Is it just to pay a mortgage? To make your car payments and debt payments? What are you working so hard for? Have you ever thought about this? Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the point? Because if you're not having fun, you ain't doing life right. You're not doing life right if you're not having fun. And I am not one of those fun personalities. I have to work to have fun, meaning I have to position myself to have fun. I have to remember to have fun. But really think about it. What is the point of what you're doing? Oh, we want to hit our projections, Dani, or we want to become a millionaire. Why? Why do you want to become a millionaire? Why do you want to become financially independent? And by the way, being a millionaire does not mean you're financially independent. Most millionaires, no joke, statistically, most millionaires are not financially independent. They have a crazy amount of debt. They are not financially free. So making $1 million doesn't guarantee squat. So come on, talk to me. What are you doing this all for? What are you working towards? What are you working for? What is it really all about? Are you thinking about this? Are you answering these questions? Because when it comes down to it, yeah, like, why am I doing this? Is it to have peace in the future? Is it to feel better about yourself? Could it be because you're choosing not to make time for fun is why you don't feel good about yourself? Is it possible that because you're not having fun, you're not having fulfillment? Is it possible that because you're not choosing to have fun and you're making work a much higher priority, or all of your tasks and all of your chores in the house and all of your duties and all of your responsibilities have become a higher priority, that this is the reason why you have no satisfaction in your life? Fun could be the biggest component of what you're missing to actually be enjoying life. It takes the pressure off your shoulders. And I'm not talking about expensive fun. I'm talking about, maybe just getting together with some friends, playing some games. Maybe that. Maybe it's not some big thing like getting a boat and going to the lake. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just enjoying time with each other. Think about it. Why are you doing what you're doing? So listen, if you have found yourself in a rut and you have found yourself in that place of dissatisfaction and you're wanting more fulfillment and you're thinking that more money is the answer to all of it, friend, I've got an answer for you, and it's free. This is First Steps to Wealth. It's yours. Go to the website, DaniJohnson.com. Download your copy of First Steps to Wealth right now. Find satisfaction in who you are, what you're on this earth to do. Find satisfaction and find true wealth in every area of your life. Wealth is not just money. It's health, it's fun, it's social well-being, it's emotional, it's mental, physical, spiritual, and of course, financial. You want wealth in each area, and to find that absolute, just that feeling inside of you like, man, life is good. Life is good. I feel good about where I'm at. I feel good about who I am. I feel good about where I'm going. Can you imagine the day you get to say those words? Go to DaniJohnson.com, download your free copy right now until it's not free anymore. I mean, because there's going to come a point where it's not going to be free anymore. If you want a physical copy, you can purchase the physical copy on the website. Actually, you cover the shipping and I'll send you a free copy, the physical copy. Okay? Fair enough. It's a $15 book. You'll see it right in our shop. But if you want the physical copy, you can call our office right now, 866-760-8255. Again, that's 866-760-8255. So you don't have time for fun? Friend, you better make time for fun because you're heading for a depression. You think that fun is useless and you'll get to it sometime after you're done with all your work? Friend, you know that if you haven't gotten to it lately, you ain't going to get to it until you make a decision to make that part of your life. And friend, if you're done being in that rut and being stuck, get your copy of First Steps to Wealth right now, and it will unstick you. It'll put you on a much better path, the path that has helped thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and you are the next one. Thanks so much for joining us. Please share today's show. Share it through social media. email, text, whatever. Somebody else needs to hear this. You know that's true. All right. God bless you. Bye.